All right, meeting called to order. This is the February 10th, 2026 Oakland Mayor and Council meeting. Would the clerk please read the statement of compliance?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. The meeting will adjourn at no later than 10 p.m. unless the majority of the council members that are present vote to extend the time.
All rise for a pledge of allegiance. Councilman Pignatelli, would you lead the pledge? Yes, thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Clerk, call a roll, please.
Mayor Kamala?
Here.
Council President Talamini?
Here.
Councilman Eilert?
Here.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Here.
Councilwoman Rose?
Here.
Councilman Saliani?
Here.
All right, we're up to the mayor's report. I got a couple items here. First of all, we have a special election here in Oakland on March 10th. Polls are going to be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at your regular polling location. Another date is February 17th will be the last night for late voter registration. The clerk will be in Borough Hall until 9 p.m. And March 3rd is the last day to request a vote by mail, and you have to go down to Bergen County and see the county clerk if you go down to the March 3rd date. All right, affordable housing update. A couple dates to keep in mind. Obviously, I see a lot of people here with interest in affordable housing. We've got the three properties. We've got the Roper, McBride, and the Leone property. One of the next dates that's upcoming is going to be February 24th, okay, where an ordinance is going to be introduced in an ordinance to implement the fourth round plan, okay? After that, which is a really important meeting, is going to be the March 12th meeting, okay? Oh, yeah, okay. So because of Election Day falling on the 10th, we're moving the council meeting to the 12th, okay? Because of the special election. On the March 12th meeting, we are going to be having a 6 p.m. planning board meeting here in council chambers, okay? So that this will be televised and made public to everybody with everything that's going on with the affordable housing. Once the planning board meeting concludes at 7 o'clock, then the Borough Council is going to come in for this regular 7 o'clock meeting to vote on the fourth, to approve that, or approve or disapprove the I'm sorry.
The mayor and council meeting will start after the planning board meeting ends, so it may not be 7 o'clock on the dot.
Right, okay, it could be later, okay. And then that ordinance will be for final adoption on the 12th. So two really important days, especially the March 12th day. This will all be televised, and we will have our professionals here with a presentation. All right, winter is back, obviously. Want to thank the DPW for the good job that they did with the roads and everything, so thank you for the DPW. It was the first time we've had some real snow in the last 5-6 years, and they really knocked it out of the park. A resident came up last week, was talked about garbage. I want to just correct the record. He said that right now we're in a 6-month extension of the existing garbage contract, and it is at no additional cost to the borough. So I just want to correct that record. And yes, we are still looking at all options around the table for garbage pickup because this contract has indeed concluded. February 18th is the last day to renew dog and cat licenses. And also, I have another statement here. I'm very pleased to report that the contract dispute between our police department has been successfully resolved. Binding arbitration proved to be a valuable and effective tool to bring this matter to a fair conclusion. The mayor and council have always held our police officers in the highest regard and strongly support their critical work that they do each day to keep our community safe. At the same time, the mayor and council have an important responsibility to serve as careful, responsible stewards of taxpayer resources. Throughout this process, the borough worked diligently to balance these priorities by putting forward fair and reasonable proposals regarding retirement benefits for our police officers. While the negotiations presented challenges, I'm pleased that through this process an agreement was reached that reflects the borough's good faith efforts to achieve a resolution that ensured fairness to our police officers while protecting the long-term fiscal interests of the borough. Now, with the solution that was put on the table, this contract saves the taxpayer $435,000 over the life of the contract. Over the course of 10 years, it's well over $1 million. And at the same time, it meets the union's goal to limit retiring officers' healthcare contributions. So I'm happy to report that we have put this behind us. And with that, do I have a motion to open to public?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Hi, Mike Guadagnino, 34 Hopper Street. I'm here to speak in opposition to
Excuse
Mr.
me, I don't want anybody to say their address, okay, because I don't put it in the minutes, so just your name is fine.
Everybody knows where I live by now.
I know, but I'm just saying, you don't have to say, I'm just letting the rest of the public know.
Okay. Mike Guadagnino. I'm here to speak in opposition of Mr. McCann being appointed as the municipal judge. As a taxpayer, resident in town here, I am diametrically opposed to political patronage jobs or political grifting, especially on my dime. I don't know if Mr. McCann is academically qualified or not. I don't really know that vetting process. What I can tell you is that he has shown not to have the disposition to be a judge. We can go back and we can watch from that seat right there, time and time again, he would berate residents for only having a difference of opinion. And let's go back to the December meeting when Bob Watt was here to give him an award. He spent the entire meeting just going through a litany of issues and problems he has with individual residents and things that go on in town, what people believe. He really seems to me, from my opinion, to be someone who enjoys divisiveness. To me, that's not someone who should be as for a municipal judge. Also, he has accepted political donations from residents, as well as borough professionals, such as the borough attorney, such as the borough engineer. That in itself should disqualify him. So again, I'm going to respectfully request that Mr. McCann's name be pulled from appointment as municipal judge. And if it's not pulled, I'm going to ask the council to kindly vote no on this. That having him on the council will affect and undermine the trust and belief in a fair and impartial municipal judge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Ben Eiler, Oakland. I'm really happy to hear about the police resolution. My grandfather served here for decades. There is another duty that I really think is important, and it's the duty of the people, by the people, for the people. You guys have done such a great job. We want to continue that. And it seems like what I hear, and in parallel with Mike's opinion, John McCann is not accepted as a candidate for judge here. He has had a poor form of being. He has behaved very poorly with the community. You guys are for the people and by the people, and it's a very implicit, quiet duty that we're hoping that you guys will obey what we all want as a community. We can't speak for everybody, but for everybody I've heard from personally, and I believe Mike would actually agree with me, of course, we don't support McCann for this. He lost. Out of all four people, he lost the worst. His behavior is reprehensible as a council member. It speaks for itself, and I'm speaking for people who are not here today. I'm speaking for myself. I'm saying as a young man, we need some more young people in here. I'd like to see some more people my age. Even if you disagree, totally cool. You know, I'm just going to say my 2 cents. That's what it is. McCann has behaved very poorly, and he may have had a great track record beforehand. That is great, but as a judge, I don't believe he fits. And that is all. Thank you, council. Thank you, mayor. Have a good night.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public?
Frank Furbacher. I want to be
Sorry,
trans.
your last name again?
Furbacher. So I want to be transparent that this comment is more about governance norms than any individual. When a candidate for elected office is not returned by voters and is then placed into a long-term appointed role that is insulated from elections, it can create confusion for residents about how voter accountability fits into our system. Even if lawful, this sequence can feel misaligned with public expectations, particularly when the appointment is to a judicial position where public confidence is essential. And I share this respectfully, not as an accusation, but as feedback on how this decision may be perceived by residents who care about trust in our local institutions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Amber Wozniak. I'm an Oakland resident.
I can't
as well.
hear you. Can you speak up?
Yeah, sure. My name is Amber Wozniak, and I'm an Oakland resident as well. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. Just a few months ago, speaking similarly like everyone else, Mr. McCann did unfortunately run for public office and lose. Appointing him now to a judicial position feels, in my opinion, as to many of us, like a way around that outcome. While legal, obviously, this raises concerns about whether voter intent is being respected and brings forward questions about democratic intent and legitimacy. Judges are in a very unique position. They have to be independent and unbiased and present this way to the public as well. Moving straight from a political campaign into a judgeship through a mayoral appointment makes that harder, and it risks undermining public confidence in the court. I also think it's important to consider the precedent that this sets. If losing an election doesn't remove someone from public power, but shifts them into an appointed role, what does that say to voters about whether or not their voices matter? I respectfully ask the council to slow down, take a little bit more time, and consider candidates without recent political involvement. Taking a pause would go a long way toward fostering and maintaining trust in our local government. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sandra Gray. I wanted to make a couple of comments about the ROPR project, specifically on traffic safety and as a resident of Oak Street and how peak conditions actually function on Oak Street, because this is not a typical commuter corridor. Oak Street serves a middle school, an outlet from a shopping center, as you know, and access to a recreation field. As a result, the times of heaviest traffic volume and highest safety risk are not standard weekday commuter rush hours. Instead, peak conditions occur during school arrival and dismissal, during camp drop-off and pickup, and during sports practices and games, including evenings and weekends. These peak periods are predictable and they're recurring. They involve school buses, parent vehicles, pedestrians, student crossings, recreational traffic, and shopping traffic, all converging within short time windows. And I have seen so many things that I wish, I wouldn't see, but especially with that paper street. This often results in vehicle backups that spill into intersections or block driveway. Trying to get out in the morning is crazy right now during those peak hours. But these raise safety concerns for pedestrians, students, and even emergency vehicles. Obviously there was a terrible incident last year, very close to Oak Street. And for these reasons, I respectfully ask the board to require, for any future planning, multiple, not one, but multiple traffic impact analyses that reflect how Oak Street actually operates. They should prioritize school arrival and dismissal times, camp operations, and sports events, and they should evaluate peak seasons when these uses overlap. So not at the end of the summer when we don't have any activity on the street. It's also important that any analysis evaluate cumulative impacts, not just the proposed development in isolation, but how it interacts with existing school traffic, shopping center traffic, recreational traffic already using this corridor. Pedestrian safety, emergency access, all of these things have to go into it. I think it's very important that we avoid just having a single study that doesn't accurately reflect real world conditions on Oak Street. It would not give the board adequate information to really assess safety, and safety is a big concern for me as a resident of Oak Street. The request is not about opposing development, it's about ensuring that decisions are based on accurate site-specific data and public safety, especially for students and pedestrians, and I hope that these concerns will be fully considered. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Anybody else?
Vivian King. I said I wasn't going to speak, but I couldn't help it. There's just a few things that I want to bring up. Election manipulation. The people of Oakland have spoken loud and clear, and they've made their decision that Mr. McCann does not belong on the council and is not a good representation of this town. And something I know very well is elections have consequences. When you speak in a foul manner to the people of Oakland, they will come out and they will make their voice heard. I hope they do that in the special election, and based on your vote, I hope they do that in November. Thank you very much.
Anybody else?
Hello, Mike Best from Oakland. Been living in town about 20 years, and have to say I can't thank you guys enough for all the savings with the police negotiations, and it's nice to hear us saving over $1 million. So I just want to say thank you for everybody's efforts in making that happen. And I think that, you know, you guys took a little bit heat from a minority group over that at times, but you did the right thing by the town, and I appreciate it. I think that same concept applies to John McCann, where I do think that he is qualified. I have personal experience getting to know him more and more over the last 20 years. He's qualified to do the job. I think he will be impartial. I think he'll do a good job for Oakland. I think obviously there's some dissent here I totally disagree with. I'm not putting together an election with an appointment for a man that I know is going to do a fine job and is going to be an asset to this town. So I just urge you to support John McCann for the appointment. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Steve Panosian. Basically, I'd like to thank the council mayor and council for all the hard work and coming up with a great solution for the finalizing the contract with the local police. I think it was a long road, and I think somebody just talked about manipulation. I'm still very, very uncomfortable with what occurred prior to election and the divisive campaign statements that this mayor and council was not in support of the police. It's a ridiculous thing. I've said it over and over, and I will say it again. I don't know anybody in our town that's anti-police, but I know everybody in our town has to look at their bills every day and also look at their taxes going up. And I applaud and thank the council for holding onto a commitment to address us as taxpayers and holding the line to minimize our tax increases. Healthcare is unsustainable. Anybody that thinks that a free healthcare program for life is something that's equitable, it isn't. It'll bankrupt everything in its path. It's not just a local issue. It's not a county issue. It's not exclusively a state issue. It's a national issue. I've said that before. And everybody's going to have to pitch in and pay a little bit. So that's one point on that issue. And I'm still disappointed in how all that happened and came to be. With regard to John McCann, the few years, 3 or 4 years that I've gotten to know him, very much like I've gotten to know most of you on the council here, including Bill, more recently. And you know, I applaud your work. You have my commitment as a tax-paying resident to support you in any way I can. I may not agree with everything, and I'll let you know, if not an email here at the podium, but one-on-one. And that's the greatest thing about this town, is I can approach any one of you and have a conversation after the meeting, before the meeting, and sometime in public. And there's not many towns that are that way. And I don't know anybody that has been speaking negative about John. It's unfortunate they never got to know him better than what they perceive in a video of a meeting, that February 8th meeting, 2023. He was, in my opinion, he was not rude to that resident. All he was trying to communicate to that resident is 2 arguments that she had against his position on cannabis, and that was the issue. She misspoke, or she misstated what he had said, and that's all he was doing. He didn't treat her with any disrespect. If you want to see disrespectful treatment of residents, go watch a Wyckoff town committee meeting. Go watch a MAWA council meeting. And all the F-bombs and the cursing that goes back and forth there. In Wyckoff, they throw elderly people out of the meeting because they think it's funny to mistreat them. That's never happened here. I don't want to say John's a Boy Scout compared to them, but coming back to his qualifications for being judge, he's smart. I think he'll be fair and impartial. And I don't think anybody should worry about that. I was told that I'm an idiot for thinking that I should worry about the police department because it's an echo. I'm sorry. But I was called an idiot after I spoke at that November meeting because I thought that there might be fallout from criticizing the police for publicly making statements about the town council here and not being in support of the police department. Same thing here. You shouldn't be worried about anything. John McCann will be fair, impartial, and he's more than qualified. He's intelligent. If you spend some time getting to know him, maybe it would change your opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Marisol Kozlowski. I've been a resident since 9/11, the 9/11. In response to the last speaker, I wasn't actually going to speak today, but in response to the last speaker regarding Mr. McCann, I don't know him that well personally, unlike most of the members of the council. I do believe he genuinely believes he's a good person and probably cares about Oakland in his own way. The specific meeting in February that was referenced by the last speaker, take away the confrontation with a member of the public. If you looked at Mr. McCann vehemently defending his personal belief on cannabis and so on, that is proof evident that he does not belong as a judge for our town. First of all, the one thing that I saw as a woman, he kept referencing his utter concern for women's health. Women's health. There's a very small population of women's health who are birthers, and every single piece of evidence that he brought up was specifically towards prenatal care and effects of cannabis on a fetus. None of it involving the mom. He never brought up issues of cancer. He never brought issues of neurological problems. He never brought any other sort of item up in regard to women's health. He also neglected, and I was really surprised, nobody from the council, with all the lawyers and public speakers we have, never brought up the fact that every single health risk that he brought up for cannabis is the same health risks that are brought up with tobacco, which is completely legal, alcohol, which is completely legal, and vaping, which is completely legal. Same exact health concerns for items that were completely legal. And the most disconcerting thing when you consider him being judge for our town to me is that he publicly stated in this town council meeting, at that specific meeting, I will never allow that poison into my town. While the spirit of protecting the public is admirable and well admired, that is not impartiality for a judge. If you have an issue where someone involved in the actual issue that he is delegating as a judge has been exposed to cannabis or has smoked in the issue, whether they are the victim or the transgressor that's accused, will he be impartial as a judge in that case? His own words say no. Okay? I am sorry to have to say this, but I often watched our meetings from my home, and I often felt there was an extreme and deliberate sexism, whether it was intentional or not, towards women ever coming here and presenting. The tone was always negative to women, and especially when we had a woman as mayor. There was quite often a feeling from him that I got as a member of the public that he was speaking down to her and patting her on the head, and little girl, don't worry, the men are doing the work. Okay? I do not feel that from most of the gentlemen that are still on the council now that were on the council then. Okay? I feel all of you, I can have a conversation with all of you. I am very grateful that our town and community voted him out. And you all who know me well on the council know I do not often come up here and get hot about the way I'm speaking, and obviously my tone right now is one that is heated. Okay, I did not intend on speaking tonight. I merely was going to give support to those of you who also were saying that McCann should not be a judge for our town. I feel it is a very bad look on the town council's part. It totally hits of cronyism. It totally hits of taking care of your own and neglecting the public to put him as a judge. Thank you for listening to me today.
Anybody else?
Can I speak again? Or you only get one?
Oh, just do one.
I don't
Just
care.
do, I think just do one.
Just one.
No,
You're
let
done.
everybody else go.
Hi, I'm Rima Mason. A lot of you know me. Been in town a long time. So, I don't know Mr. McCann except for what I've seen from the council meetings and the one highly publicized, which probably was not one of his best moments, and I would not want to be judged on that one moment in time if I were him. So I am trying to be fair in my, I'm trying to be fair and objective in my view of, and forming my own opinion about whether or not I believe he should be appointed as a judge. And to do that, I referred to the Judicial Code of Ethics for judges in the state of New Jersey. I printed them out, I went through them, I've highlighted everything. And there were a few things that stood out to me. I can summarize, I can read specific ones, but primarily I'm concerned with the amount of times that Mr. McCann would have to recuse himself, since he has so much prior knowledge of the things that happen in this town, and he's been involved in so many projects and had interactions with so many people. I'm concerned that, ethically, he's going to need to recuse himself quite often. And it's in the Code of Ethics that he should recuse himself whenever there's prior knowledge of an issue, whenever there's a prior relationship, whenever there's the appearance of impropriety, which, everybody here speaking out against him tonight, there's already an appearance of impropriety. So, these are my concerns. It's not, I can't speak to him personally. I don't know him at all, like I said. But there is certainly some ethical concerns. And if we're paying a judge to serve in the town and they have to recuse themselves, does that mean that we need to bring in somebody else? We need to pay another judge on top of Mr. McCann to hear the cases that he would ethically recuse himself from? And then is that good stewardship of the taxpayer dollars, to be appointing somebody who would not be able to be, not that he's not able to be impartial, but the appearance is that he may not be impartial. And that alone is against the ethics. So those are my concerns. And then, Mr. McCann should be familiar with this Code of Ethics, so my only concern is that he's willing to take this seat knowing that these are the restrictions on him for this town. I think he wants the position because he's put so much time and effort into this town, and he feels so strongly about the good for Oakland, but he lives here too. So I didn't even mention that. He lives here too, so that's another conflict of interest and a dual relationship. Those are my concerns. But it's primarily the ethics and the appearance and the concerns that the citizens here are going to have about his ability to be impartial and having to recuse himself so often.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you.
Anybody else?
Dana Pereira. My family and I are in Oakland for 21 years now. I too wanted to speak, as with Sandra Gray, about the low-income housing coming to possibly, but as the block know, it's already underway. Coming behind Ace Hardware for Roper property. As Sandra pointed out, there are extreme concerns as far as residents of the block. We've already had one tragedy at the corner. those children cross that street every day in the morning. As we brought to council's attention prior, the crossing guard on a daily basis has to dodge traffic to prevent herself from being hit by cars. People make wrong turns day in and day out outside of Paper Street. There are cars that fly, including actually town vehicles, up and down our block on a daily basis. We are not blind to and grateful for the radar that we now have there. Unfortunately, you guys chose the winter. No one is out. You're only getting traffic to and from school. There are no sports events. There are less children out walking around. I can tell you on a daily basis, our own daughter, my husband Jeff sitting in the front there, is walking around town, in and out of the shopping center over there, with a minimum of 10 other people. That is one group of children. You're going to turn around and you're going to add more traffic there. I could care less, honestly, about pulling in and out of my driveway. It's the children. It's the traffic trying to get your children to school on time in the morning. It's mainly valid. That being said, that's one of the many concerns. The second concern is we already have the ridings in place. How are we going to be able to accommodate a population of, based on what is intended to go in there, another 100+ children into our schools that are already at max capacity? We already saw what happened at the ridings, where it was intended that at one point there were supposed to be modifications to the schools to accommodate the 830 students that are coming in for that influx. That's not even near complete yet. Not even near complete. Those students are not even enrolled in the schools yet. And now we're taking on another huge chunk. It's just not possible. Thirdly, this road is supposed to connect from Terhune to Oak Street. Again, a busy turn, an already traffic area, but this road has to be built. Who's building this road? On what property? Where are we putting sewers? If we can't, as a community as a whole, move on to public sewers as opposed to septic, who's footing that bill? Because I know there was talk for a while that we as a community were going to get public sewers, and it was going to be our onus to put $20,000 to $22,000 into that. There's a lot of unanswered questions with a lot of work going on behind the community's back, with backhoes behind homes to do test pilots. The truth needs to be spoken, and the community needs to know.
Hello, Mayor and Council. My name's Tim Nadson. I just have a concern. There's a lot of hearsay what's going on, a lot of things on the internet, a lot of stuff on Facebook about 13 Ramapo Valley Road. I don't know if there's been anything done with that. I'm just looking for information when the next meeting would be held on this. So my community and my neighbors, we have a little bit more information on this because we feel we're in the dark on this situation. And we just want to make sure the appropriate and the right thing goes on that property. So when would we be able to find out information?
Why don't you set up a meeting with the clerk,
I'll set up a meeting
and
with the
we'll
clerk.
meet with your whole community.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Matt Dumpert, Mayor, Council. I want to, two parts. First, I want to encourage everybody to vote on March 10th. Thank you to Wendy and to everybody else who has gone through this process with us. It's not what anybody envisioned, but it's a part of the electoral process, and I, for one, have learned a tremendous amount, not only about this community, but about the process. So please, everybody, Republican, Democrat, everybody in between, please show up to vote. Make your voice heard. Every vote matters. No truer is that than it is here in Oakland, New Jersey, that every vote matters. The only thing more important to me at this moment in time is the notion of public trust. And I want to say this categorically across the board to the council, to the mayor, and to everybody here. Public trust is incredibly valuable. I've been in places where it has been eroded badly, and the people don't trust their government. That is not here. That cannot be here. That's not Oakland, New Jersey. This is a place where we can be better, we will be better, and the fractures that we're seeing in various parts of this community need to come together. This is not the Oakland that we are building for our children, and this is not how we maintain our property values for their future benefit. Please, everybody vote. You can vote early by mail. Make your voice heard on March 10th and protect Oakland for the Oakland that you want to leave to your kids. Mr. Mayor, Council, thank you.
Anybody else? Not seeing anybody, do I have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Just a quick side note, for the people that live on Oak Street, there is a planning board meeting this Thursday, okay? And our planner is going to be talking to the planning board and giving an update on all the affordable housing, so you may want to attend that meeting, okay?
Mayor, also at your request, I reached out to the applicant's attorney for that property, and they have said that the idea of accessing Oak Street was actually proposed at one time by the town, and they have no problem with exploring changing the access to not being from Oak Street. So that is obviously something that will be addressed later at the site plan stage, but at this point, they have no problem with addressing the concern of not accessing the property through Oak Street.
All right, we are up to approval of minutes. We have January 6, 2026 council meeting. There's one correction for that. Roy Bauberger is being appointed to a 3-year term running from 2025. I'm sorry, what was that, Wendy, again? It was 2020.
He's a
Three-year term.
2028,
Yep.
2026, 27, 28,
28.
28.
Yep.
And then it's said in the resolution that it was year 2025. And
Okay.
it starts year 2026.
26, okay.
Right.
Do I have a motion to approve? Does anybody have any corrections? Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Council President Talmini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
All right, next we have the January 20th, 2026 Mayor Council minutes. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Anybody have any changes, corrections? Not seeing any. Roll call?
Council President Talmini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
I have January 20th, 2026 executive minutes. Obviously, if anybody has any changes, it can only be done in executive session. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Saliani, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Eiler? Has there been any changes? Not seeing any. Roll call?
Councilman Talmini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Okay, we are up to special announcements. We have authorized raffle license RL 1583 for the Mothers Club of Oakland on May 1st, 2026 for a tricky tray in support of donations for cancer research or portobellos. And it's got the addendum to it for RL 1584 for a 50/50 in support of the same organization. I have authorized raffle license RL 1585 for the Sports Association of Oakland on June 19th, 2026 for a 50/50 in support of the 12U Cooperstown trip to the Danny D building. And also a raffle license RL 1586 for the Sports Association for raffle in the support of the 12U Cooperstown trip at the Danny D building. I have raffle license RL 1587 for the Wyckoff Reformed Church on 3/8/26 for raffle in support of the Boy Scouts of America Troop 89 at Portobello's at 175 Rampo Valley Road. And also for the Boy Scouts, we have raffle license RL 1588 for a 50/50, same location. Authorize raffle license RL 1589 for the Bright Stars New Life Animal Rescue on 3/8/2026 from 6 to 9 p.m. for a raffle in support of supplies for vet care at Holiday Bowl at 29 Spruce Streets. In addition to that same event, it's RL 1590 for a 50/50 same location. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Council President Talamini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we have Borough Attorney making a motion, well, actually, it's on the consent agenda for Matt Gilson and his firm, and appointment alternate
No. The borough attorney is a mayor and council approval.
Right, but we have the resolution down below.
We'd have to do that
Yeah,
after
okay.
his appointment.
All right, make a motion to move Matt Gilson for Borough Attorney.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Council President Talamini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
I have appointment for alternate Borough Prosecutor Chris Kane. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Council President Talamini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, appointments to the Arts Committee, I got Veronica O'Brien, these are all mayor account with council consent. Appointment for the Arts Committee of Veronica O'Brien, her term will run through 12/31/26. Appointment to the Environmental Commission, Patrick Noyes, his appointment will run to 12/31/28. And appointment to the Flood Commission, William Eilert, and his appointment will run till William Wolford, to 12/31/28.
We need members, Bill, join, please.
Sorry, Bill.
That's okay. I was excited for a second.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Second. Roll call.
Council President Talamini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
All right, the rest will be done as a consent agenda. If anybody wants any pulled out, we can pull it out. We have 2663, authorized contract for affordable housing attorney. 2664, authorized contract for labor attorney. 2665, authorized contract tax appeal attorney. 2666, authorized contract for bond counsel. 2667, authorized contract for borough engineer. 2668, authorized contract for water and sewer engineer. 2669, authorized contract for borough auditor. 2670, authorized contract for borough planner. 2671, authorized contract for risk manager and property liability. 2672, authorized risk manager health benefits. 2670, authorized contract for the borough prosecutor. 2674, authorized contract for public defender. 2675, authorized contract for borough attorney. 2676, authorized contract for alternate borough prosecutor. 2677, authorized contract for TM and Associates Community Energy Plan. 2678, amend contract for Chase and Lamparello, Milan, Capuzzo, PC for tax appeal services for 2025. 2679, emergency budget appropriation for Grandview Acorn Road improvements. 2680, award bid Mariani Brothers construction for Grandview Avenue and Acorn Stormwater Improvements Phase 2. 2681, appoint Green Team Secretary. 2682, appoint Municipal Court Judge. 2683, authorize Construction Department refund. 2684, authorize Recreation refund. 2685, authorize tax refund, 35 River Road. 2686, accrued payout, O'Neill. 2687, authorized grant submittal for 2026 Bergen County Audubon Conservation Grant. 2688, resolution authorizing Series 2026 water utility bonds through New Jersey Water Bank Program. 2689, resolution authorizing the execution of SFY 26 water bank financing agreements. And resolution 2690, authorizing terminating, how do we have this here? Authorizing termination of employee 000845862. And 2691, amend contract for Boswell Engineering Traffic Study. Does anybody wish to pull any out?
Yes, 2682, please.
2682. Anybody else? Not seeing anything, motion to approve.
So moved.
Consent agenda. Yep.
Was that Carol Ann?
Carolyn?
Yep.
With a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Saliani, roll call.
Council President Talamini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Okay, we're up to 2682, appoint municipal court judge Sean McCann. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call. Any
Discussion?
discussion? Yeah, discussion?
Yeah, because we were supposed to pull that out, right?
We pulled it out, so
Pulled it
that's
out for you.
acceptable.
Well, yeah, I mean, besides the obvious, I feel, horrible optics of this nomination.
Can you speak up a little bit? They're
yeah.
having trouble at the other
Okay.
end. Thank you.
I have concerns, I have questions. But one of my biggest questions is I'd like to know when the rest of the council members were aware of this nomination. Because I just found out about this past Saturday. When the mayor actually let me know Saturday night at the backstage at the Flo Follies, which, on a side note, I recommend anybody getting involved in because it's a blast. But I had no idea about it. I had no time to research this. Like, I feel like I was blindsided by this, and I'm just curious how long people have known about this that I didn't.
It's a mayoral appointment, and I'll let you know.
Okay. Wow. So like I said, I mean, how long have people known about this? I mean, I was sworn in January 1st. It's now the 10th. So, I mean, when in this time was this discussed? It's supposed to be, this is supposed to be through consent with the council. If I don't know what's going on, how could I possibly have an informed vote? I mean, I just have so many questions. I feel like if I had time to discuss this in either executive or before this, I would have been able to have them answered, and I would have been able to have an informed vote. I'm curious why Mr. McCann ran for council if his aspirations were to be our judge. Because to me, it seems like, well, you lost the election. Here you go. We got something for you instead. It just feels really wrong. And for me, I feel like, we sit up here and we preach about transparency, and you have a sitting council member that didn't even know what's going on.
Mr. Eilert, this is your opportunity to discuss this.
When did the other council members find out?
No back and forth with the
back
audience,
and
please.
Like I said, I mean, for me, I'd like to make a motion to table this nomination until I have more time to look into information.
There's a motion on the floor to approve.
I'll second. But, I'm sorry, what?
There's a motion on.
You're seconding that he's making a motion to
Table is a non-debatable motion, so it doesn't need a second, but it needs a 2/3 majority.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind.
Does anybody wish to table? Not seeing anybody?
Well,
Okay.
the clerk has to,
Clerk-
a motion to
Clerk has
table
to
is a
call that.
non-debatable motion. So once someone makes a motion to table, that motion has to be voted upon. To table the motion requires a 2/3 majority. So in this case, 4 members would have to vote in the affirmative to table the resolution.
Hang on, but there's an but currently, we have to.
A motion to table supersedes.
Supersedes, okay. Okay, okay. All right, so we have,
That's what we have an attorney for.
all right, so right now we have a motion to table. We need a second on that, right?
No, you don't need a motion to second on a motion to table. It's a
We need a roll
non-debatable
call,
motion.
Okay.
right? We need a
Okay.
roll call.
All right, we have roll call to table.
So this is a roll call for a motion to table Resolution 2682. Council President Salamini?
No.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
No.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Either way, it's gonna fail because it doesn't have
Let's hear what he has to say. I want to
I
hear
was,
the vote.
I will, excuse me, Mr. King, I was going to vote, I'm just doing some math in my head. I was going to table, I'm not, excuse me, I was not going to table, I was going to vote not to table.
So what was your?
So no.
It was a no.
The motion did not pass.
Okay, so we still have the motion on the table to approve Mr. McCann. Roll call, please.
Council President Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Eilert.
No.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose.
I'm sorry, what am I even voting for?
Now you're voting on whether or not to approve the resolution.
Oh. No.
Councilman Saliani.
Wait, I'm all confused.
Yeah, no, me too.
Right now,
You're
it's a
voting.
motion whether or not to approve the resolution to appoint John McCann as the judge.
Yes.
It's currently at 2-2. Your vote will decide the resolution.
Hold on. Yes, wait, for John, point John's judge?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries. All right, we're up to ordinances. Ordinance 26, Code 982, amend the salary ordinance. Mr. Coons. Hey, order.
Order, please.
Thank you. Mr. Coons.
Thank you, Mayor. This salary ordinance amendment implements or readjusts the minimums and maximums for the police titles. Now that the PBA contract is settled, it'll cover the minimum and maximums for the term of the contract. Pretty straightforward.
Any discussion? Any questions? Okay, do I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Mr. Talamini, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Rose? Roll call?
Council President Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Eilert.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
What's final adoption, 26?
Final adoption would be on the 24th.
24th? Okay. We have nothing on work session. Anybody have any new business?
Yes, new business. We received, I received several complaints over the past,
Can we have, everybody keep it quiet back there, please? Thank you.
over the past couple of months. There's new facilities that are moving in by Far Court, and they've been trying to put recreation facilities in, the basketball court. They've been trying to put in basketball business, softball businesses. And they have to go in front of the planning board and zoning board, and they're incurring extra costs. If we would just rezone that area to include those types of businesses, it would save them money and get them into business quicker. Can we look into that and changing that ordinance? We keep approving it. I think there's 4 sports-related businesses that have gone in there, and we're costing a lot of business owners a lot of money too.
I think we can bring it back to our planner and have her take a look at it. And if we have to change the borough code on that, we can, or the zoning on that. We'll have Carolyn look into that.
Thank you. It's caused delays of business opening 3-4 months.
Okay, we can bring it forward tomorrow. Anybody else? Any other new business?
None of it, if it's new business or old business, but.
Hang on, we're still in new business. Oh,
Right.
okay, what do you got?
Well, no, just, the sidewalk in front of Walgreens, it's not there.
Correct.
Are we working on that? Or- Because, I
So-
mean,
so-
right now it's dangerous when people,
So, Mr. Eiler, so the backstory on that was when McDonald's went into the Walgreens complex back there. Part of the developer's agreement requires them to fix that missing piece of sidewalk, which was never put in. So it is part of the agreement, the developer's agreement, to indeed complete that piece of sidewalk.
awesome.
So at this point, it's just the weather hasn't been productive, but they will get to this.
And if for some reason they don't, there's a bond in place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a
all right.
public improvement.
Just with the snow and everything else, it's just so
Yeah,
dangerous
yeah.
over there.
Yep.
So, thank you.
Anybody else have any new business? Old business? Committee liaison reports. Mr. Eiler, we'll start with you.
Actually, the environmental committee did not meet again because we don't have enough people for a quorum. So I implore people to join our environmental committee and make a difference in the town. And that's all I have, unfortunately.
Okay. Councilwoman?
Yes, thanks, Mayor. Shade Tree Committee met yesterday on Monday, February 9th. The Arbor Day program and tree giveaway, the event is scheduled for Sunday, April 26th at the library. Saplings will be distributed to elementary schools and the public. In addition to the Adopt a Tree program, the committee also has an Adopt a Tree Junior program, which allows residents to take home and plant small trees and watch them grow. Forester issued 15 permits for tree removals, which resulted in 23 trees being removed and only 11 being replaced. The committee still has 2 open spots for anyone who wishes to volunteer, and it is a good committee to be on, so I encourage people to volunteer for it. Next meeting is March 2nd at 7 p.m. at the municipal building. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Salieri.
I covered for Ms. Rose last night at the Public Events Committee.
Thank you.
We wanted to stress that the next big public event is going to be the Easter egg hunt. It's going to be on 3/28, and we're looking forward to that event. Also, we started discussing about the carnival and steps moving forward. Rich, the committee will be reaching out to discuss with you and DPW the use of the bathrooms over by the hockey rink for the carnival and how we'll handle that. So that's what's going on with the Public Events Committee. For the OCC, the OCC is currently seeking volunteers to join committees such as the Television Committee, the Newsletter Committee, the Welcome Website Social Media Committee, and the Bulletin Board Committee. Please contact OCC at oakland-nj.org if interested in joining. The Newsletter Committee is also seeking leads of the new upcoming article series. If you, family member, or an Oakland resident you know participates in an unusual hobby or charitable activity, please contact oaklandnjnewsletter@gmail.com. And then the Friends of Oakland Communications has launched their first fundraising effort just in time for Valentine's Day. By participating with Raise Right, simply create an account and use the special code, and when you buy a gift card through their website for no additional fees or costs, the Friends of the OCC will receive a percentage of what the gift card purchase was. To learn more by going to www.friendsofofc.org/fundraisers. Real quick, the fire chief asked me to put out, we'll do the recent storm, just a reminder to everybody, please, if you have a hydrant, to shovel around the hydrants. If you need help, to let people know, but we need to shovel around the hydrants to support our firemen. And then for Oakland Recreation, just reminders of signups, female flag football signup goes through March 9th, and currently softball signups and baseball signups are in progress. And also want to point out there was a great fundraising, joint fundraising done on Sunday between the Knights of Columbus, SAO, Oakland Recreation for Habitat for Humanity. They raised approximately $2,000 for the cause with a free throw contest. It was a great community event, and it was a great cause, teaching kids to raise money for people in need. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. For the senior citizens, on February the 19th, there's going to be a Valentine's Day bingo. The cards are going to be $1 a card. On March the 10th, casino trip to Wind Creek Casino. The fee is $15 for Oakland residents, $20 for non-residents. However, you do have to register by March 2nd. On March 23rd, the monthly Memory Caregivers Support Group will be meeting the fourth Monday each month at 5:30 at the Senior Center. If you have any questions, you can call 201-405-7731. I'm going to make one more appeal to residents of Oakland for the First Aid Squad. I recently had to fill out a form, and one of the questions was, why do we volunteer for the First Aid Squad? I was raised in Haledon with a very, very sickly mother. I know we asked for the First Aid Squad many, many times, and I always said, whenever comes an opportunity for me to pay this back, I can't do it in Haledon, but I wanted to do it here in Oakland because I want to help people. The First Aid Squad is tremendous for doing that for our Oakland residents. They save lives. They've brought people back using CPR. They've delivered babies. They've done so many things, help children, help people of all age groups, not only senior citizens, but of all age groups. It's so important to have this organization here in town. If you never have to use it, God bless you. I hope you never have to use it. But I know I've been on the squad for a little over 10 years. I don't hold a candle to Arnold Lutke. He responds to 250, 270 calls a year. I usually do 120 this year with my back surgery. I missed a couple of months, but please, please, you will be trained. It's just like having your own first aid member right in your house. You'll be trained. You could be either be an EMT or a driver. I'm a driver, but you know, they do have courses for EMTs. Please, you will make a tremendous difference in your town. If you ever said, I want to make a difference, that's one of the places to do it. And I don't want to leave out the fire department because Danny over there will give me the evil eye. But, you know, also the fire department could use volunteers also. So please consider volunteering. It's tremendously important and tremendously rewarding. Thank you.
Yes, first, I just want to wish everybody happy Valentine's Day. And I told my son, I'd say, let's go Seahawks, big Seahawks fan. And then for the schools, on the day of the storm, or maybe the day after, I called up Joe Dominio over at the schools. He's the head of facilities over there, and I said, "Is there anything you need from the town? To do anything we could do?" And he said, "Just tell Anthony, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." The way the town and the schools work together is just amazing, and the schools were very appreciative with everything they did with helping with the snow. Then the library. So the library has yoga with Sonia on Tuesdays. The next dates will be was today and the 24th. You could register online for that. And then on the 12th and 19th, you can learn how to play mahjong. You can also register online for that. For the children, we have regular story time and song programs on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday mornings, including a special toddler dance party this Friday the 11th. Registration is required only for the dance party. We'll have a new craft to go, which can be picked up at the library anytime in February as well. For young adults, we have Game On Fridays at 3. Kids are invited to play board and card games together. We also have the Switch Club on Mondays at 3, as well as the Teens Crafts on Thursdays at 3. No registration is required. These are drop-in programs. Just a reminder that downloadable ebooks and audio books, magazines, and more are available at all Oakland Public Libraries, to all Oakland Public Library for free 24/7. If you want to learn more about how to access these resources, check the website. And that is it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, I'm sorry, I had one.
Sir, Councilman Pignatelli.
One short.
Good.
If you're interested in joining the First Aid Squad, they meet the first Monday of every month at 7:30. You can come down to the squad building and introduce yourself, and all the officers and members are there. First Monday of every month, 7:30. Thank you, Mayor.
You want to also mention the fact that all the training is paid for?
Yes, all the training is paid, sorry, right, yeah, all the training is paid for. It's quite expensive, but it's very extensive. You will be trained, and you'll be a valuable asset to the town. Thank you.
Okay, bills to be paid.
Okay, bills to be paid is $2,726,317.29. So moved.
Second.
Who's second?
Second.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Council President Talamini?
Yes.
Councilman Eilert?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rose?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Meeting adjourned. The next council meeting will be held Tuesday, February 24th, 7 PM here at Council Chamber. Thank you, everybody.